our warmest welcome to Thubten Chodron and Thank you for coming today, Bravo. And we would like, without further ado, to invite our Lord to guide us in a short meditation and offering respects to the Buddha and Dhamma before beginning a talk on the battle of rejuvenate your life. Thank you.
So thank you for the invitation and welcome everybody. If you can't see very well, please feel free to move your chairs and sit. So rejuvenate. We're all young. Because we're all young in comparison to somebody else, right? Yeah, and we're all old in comparison to somebody else. And this microphone keeps growing closer and closer to my nose. Don't tell him. Okay. So we'll start out with a little bit of meditation this morning. Before we do the meditation to help us set up motivation and so on, we'll do the refuge and bodhicitta prayer. Refuge tells us, refuge is affirming what spiritual path we're following, and the students of the Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha. And bodhicitta is the aspiration to attain full awakening for the benefit of all sentient beings. And that is why we're practicing this path. So these two things are very important at the beginning of anything we do. You know, what path we're following and why we're following it. Because if we aren't clear about this, then somebody says, well, what path are you following? Well, Monday night I follow Buddhism, and Tuesday night I do Taoism. Wednesday night Islam, Thursday night I'm Christian, Friday night I'm not I'm Jewish. You know, it's a lot. But even Saturday, who shall I be? Oh, Saturday I do to crystals, you know, and make sure all my crystals are aligned, because that will lead me to full awakening. You know, so what happens when we're like this, we make what one of my teachers called soup. Yeah. Our spiritual practice is soup. It's like you have carrots and you have celery and some potatoes and many things mixed together. So we do the same thing with our spiritual practice. We take a little bit from everything. We don't understand any of it very well. Put it together, stir it up, and do whatever we want. Yeah. So we get very confused then about, what are we actually training our mind in? Yeah, what direction are we going in our spiritual practice? Yeah. So this is one reason why it's important to attend Dharma teachings and to study and read the Dharma books, because when we learn about the Buddha's teachings, then we know what we're following. Yeah. And it just isn't some soup that we've cobbled together. And then bodhicitta is, why are we doing this? And it says, I will attain Buddhahood in order to benefit all sentient beings. So that is a very, very noble motivation. I mean, I would say it's the most noble and highest motivation we could ever have in our life. Yeah, to be of benefit to sentient beings, and to recognize that if we attain full awakening, or when we attain full awakening, we'll be best able to be of benefit to sentient beings. Yeah. We may have a wish to benefit others now, but if our mind is totally uncontrolled, and we don't even know the path, and we haven't practiced the path ourselves, then what benefit can we be? It becomes like the blind leading the blind. Yeah, and we're not going to get very far. Okay, so, this is our motivation, and it relates, our motivation of bodhicitta relates to our refuge in the three jewels. Okay? Because we follow the Buddha's path because we want to become a fully enlightened Buddha. Yeah? We respect the Buddha's qualities, honor them, and we want to develop them in ourselves. So Buddhism isn't a path where we just sit and pray to some external being. You know that? Some people kind of do business with the Buddha, the way they pray. Like they go to temple, Buddha, Buddha, Buddha. First request, first prayer, Buddha, 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 may I win the lottery. Yeah, that's the most important thing in their mind, to win the lottery and have a lot of money. Then the second thing, may my son marry a good girl, a nice girl. May my daughter marry a nice boy. May both of them have well-paying jobs with a lot of status in society. So that everybody looks at me and knows I'm such a good parent. And that's the next request. Right? And then you say, okay, Buddha, I prayed for those things. When I win the lottery, I will make an offering to the temple. When my son and daughter get married to the people I approve of, then I'll make an offering to the temple. In other words, Buddha, I'm employing the Buddha. And Buddha, you do your work first, then I'll pay you. Okay. I'm not making an offering first because you may not fulfill your part of the deal. I don't want to lose any money by giving any extra money than I have to the temple. Okay. So what, in that case, what are you taking refuge in? Is it in the Buddha, Dharma, Sangha? I don't think so. I think your refuge, we have three refuges. Ordinary people have three refuges. First one, your credit card. Yeah, your credit card is the source of happiness, isn't it? Then, second, your bank account. Yeah. And third, the refrigerator. Ordinary people, three objects of refuge, Buddha, Dharma, Sangha, credit card, bank account, refrigerator. Actually, ordinary people have more objects of refuge. They have a fourth object of refuge, shopping center. Yeah. Oh, when I go to the shopping center, I am almost awakened. I feel so much joy. My heart is filled with the joy as I walk around the shopping center and think of everything that I can buy. But that object of refuge doesn't deliver, because when you have to pay for those things in the shopping zone, then you aren't happy anymore. oh, they're charging so much now. How dare they raise the price? Yeah, I should get a special deal. Why? Because I'm me. Okay, so we need to do some work to get clarity on our spiritual practice. So that's why we say refuge and bodhicitta. Then the next thing we do is the four immeasurables. Okay, so may all sentient beings have happiness and its causes. Notice the word all. Yeah, it doesn't say, may all the people who are nice to me and approve of me and give me presents have happiness and its causes. It just says all. Okay. Second one, may all sentient beings be free of suffering and its causes. So it doesn't say, may me and my family be free of suffering and its causes. And may the people I don't like have as much suffering as possible. It doesn't say that. It says all. That means even the people we don't like, even the people who have harmed us, we're wishing them happiness. Because if you think about it, if they were happy, they wouldn't be harming other people. If people harm other people, it's because they're unhappy. Yeah. If they were happy, they wouldn't backbite and steal and lie and so on. They only do that because they're miserable. So they're actually objects of our compassion. The third, may all sentient beings not be separated from sorrowless bliss. Sorrowless bliss refers to nirvana. Yeah, the cessation of all of our dukkha, our unsatisfactory conditions, our misery, and its causes. Okay? And nirvana is also the not only the cessation of the mental afflictions, but it is also, from another viewpoint, the nature of reality. And then fourth, may all sentient beings abide in equanimity, free of bias, attachment, and anger. So this one is really beautiful. Yeah. May, whenever we look at any sentient being, may we see them free of all of our opinions about them. Because we have so many opinions about other people. Yeah. And we usually throw them into the friend category, who we help, the enemy category, who we hate, and the stranger category, who we don't care about, as long as they don't bother us. And if they bother us, then they move into the enemy category. If they're nice to us, they move into the friend category. Okay, so this, when we have equanimity in our mind, we're free of attachment and aversion and apathy. And we have an open heart towards everybody. Think about that for a minute. Wouldn't it be nice whenever you saw any living being that you just had an open heart? Yeah. That you, the first thing that came to mind is, why do they part their hair like that? Why are they wearing those clothes? They have such a sour expression on their face. I don't like it. Okay. Or what can I get out of that person? They look rich. Okay. So we're free from all of that stuff. We just see a living being who's just like us, who wants to be happy and not suffer. Yeah, wouldn't that feel nice? To just have that kind of attitude whenever you saw somebody. Hello, out there. I'm asking you a question. I'm expecting an answer. No. If you answer me, then I don't know what's going on. Okay. So we'll do those two, starting with refuge and bodhicitta. Then we'll have a little bit of silent meditation. Okay. That's motivation. I take refuge until I have awakened in the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha. By the merit I create by listening to the Dharma, I will attain Buddhahood in order to benefit all sentient beings. I take refuge until I have awakened in the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha. By the merit I create by listening to the Dharma, I will attain Buddhahood in order to benefit all sentient beings. I take refuge until I have awakened in the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha. By the merit I create by listening to the Dharma, I will attain Buddhahood in order to benefit all sentient beings. May all sentient beings have happiness and its causes. May all sentient beings be free of suffering and its causes. May all sentient beings not be separated from sorrowless bliss. May all sentient beings abide in equanimity, free of bias, attachment, and anger. Okay, so let's do some breathing meditation. Sit up straight. And then your hands, the right and left, thumbs touching. Lower your eyes. And become aware of your breath. So just breathe normally. Don't deep breathe. Don't force your breath. Just let it be. But be aware of what's going on as you inhale. What goes on as you exhale. And it's can be very helpful to be aware of the impermanent nature of your breath. How the breath is not one thing. It's a series of moments. It's changing all the time. And there's no way that we can make the breath stay still. So just be aware. If you get distracted, don't get mad at yourself. Just bring your attention back onto the breath. So your breath is like home. Your mind wanders, you bring it back. Just like you bring back a little kid when it starts to wander away. So if you want to, you can also focus at your belly.